President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed the programme of Citizenship and Community Studies and who are worthy of QQI Award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Citizenship and Community Studies. Melanie Bannon. Liam Bryan.
I call on Dr. Margaret Murphy, Assistant Registrar for Academic Affairs, to present the candidates in Social Studies.
President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed the programme in Social Studies and who are worthy of the QQI Award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Applied Social Studies in Social Care. Ruth Baker. Kira Barry. Jordan Barry. John Bennett. Catherine Birmingham. Delal Carlow. Aisling Kremen. Notice. Kim Fitzharris in absentia. Chloe Foley. Ryan Diamond. Ruth Hessian. Emma Hewitt. Dylan Howard in absentia. Uluoku Iro Aganachi. Emma Jones. Emer Kelly. Chloe Kelly. Zainab Mohammed. Stephen Mooney in absentia. Cecilia Moran. Evelyn Morris. Linda Mulhern. Catherine Murphy in absentia. Amanda O'Connor. Isabel O'Connor. Aisling O'Hara. Elizabeth O'Rourke. Rogers. Anne Wan in absentia. Owen Ryan. Pamela Sunderland in absentia. Mary Walsh.
I call on Dr. Simon Rockman, Programme Director of the BA Honours in English and History, to present the candidates in English and History.
President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed the programme in English and History and who are worthy of the QQI Award in Bachelor of Arts Honours in English and History. Kevin Anthony. Amanda Bowes. Jack Brennan in absentia. Rebecca Burke. Adam Colton. Adam Connor. Calvin Delaney. Kelly Gilman. Chloe Kenny. David Kilkelly. Michael McDonough. Regina McGinley. Samantha Nestor. Rebecca O'Brien. Megan O'Toole. Susan Rowan. Brian Sheeran. Colin Sheridan.
I call on Dr. Owen Smith, Programme Director of the BA Honours in Arts and Humanities, to present the candidates in Humanities.
President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed the programme in Humanities and who are worthy of the QQI Award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Humanities. Emma Carroll. Kimberly Dunn. Joanna Harnett. Olivia Kidd. John Mangan. Bethany McConville in absentia. Liam MacDonald. Thomas Murphy. Ellen O'Brien Hall. Fergal O'Brien. Nicole Pardy in absentia. Shannon Taggart.
I call on Damien McClellan, course leader on the MA in Leadership in Therapeutic Child and Social Care, to present the candidates in Therapeutic Foster Care.
President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed the programmes in therapeutic childcare and who are worthy of the Carlow College Certificate in Therapeutic Foster Care. Derek Adams in absentia, Mary Adams in absentia, Anya Byrne, Sue Curran, Brenda Daly, Vera Delaney in absentia, Lorna Hunter, Caroline Kyo, John Kyo, Michael Kelly in absentia, Damien Lee in absentia, Enya Lee in absentia, Michael Malone in absentia, Catherine Murphy. Margot O'Brien. Mary O'Donovan in absentia, Caroline O'Neill in absentia, Jill Walsh in absentia, Rosemary Short.
We now come to the announcement of this year's awards and prize winners. The first awards are presented by the civic authorities for students who have achieved academic excellence across all subjects in their programmes. I invite the Cathaoirleach of Carlow County Council, Councillor Brian O'Donoghue, to present the Carlow County Council Award in Humanities and English and History. The prize is awarded jointly to first-class honours graduates in Humanities and English and History, Adam Colton and Fergal O'Brien. Municipal District of Carlow, Councillor Mayor Ken Ornane, to present Carlow County Council's Award in Applied Social Studies and Citizenship and Community Studies. The prize is awarded jointly to first-class honours graduates in Applied Social Studies and in Citizenship and Community Studies, Owen Ryan and Liam Ryan. Please show your appreciation to the Carlow Civic Authorities for these very handsome awards. The Constance Markievicz Award is a new award this year. It commemorates Constance Markievicz, who 100 years ago, in 1980, became the first female MP elected to the House of Commons in London, and later the first female cabinet minister in a native Irish Dublin. The award is made for academic excellence and will be presented by the President. The winner is first-class honours graduate in Applied Social Studies and Social Care, Ruth Heschel. I invite Dr. John McAvoy, Vice President of the College and member of the Trustees of the Delaney Archive, to present the Delaney Archive Father Thomas MacDonald Research in History Prize. The prize is named in honour of Father Thomas MacDonald, the former Vice President of the College and Chair of the Delaney Archive, who died as Parish Priest of Naas, Sallins and 2 Mile House in 2012. The prize is awarded for the best final year BA dissertation. I invite Dr. Callahan to join in the photo. the Applied Social Studies Award for Excellence in Practice Placement. The prize is awarded to a student who has excelled on practice placement. The winner is Tracy Mulcahy. This award is for excellence in teaching religious education on placement in the classroom. The award honours our former colleague, Dr. Anne Bolton, who gave decades of faithful teaching service to the college. The prize will be presented by the chair of the governing body of the college, Bishop Dennis Nolte. The winner is Ellen O'Brien Hall. This prize is awarded in remembrance of Robert Frederick Holmes, who in 1803, as a 22-year-old student of the college, drowned while attempting to save a fellow student from a flood in the River Barrow. Robert Frederick Holmes is buried on the grounds in the college graveyard. The prize is awarded to a student who has gone out of his or her way to help fellow students. The prize will be presented by the President. The prize is awarded to Amanda Bowes. Amanda is the current president of the Student Union. Finally, we come to the Student of the Year Award. The President will present the James Finton Lawler Student of the Year Award. The prize is awarded for academic excellence and other exceptional qualities. This year, the prize is awarded to First Class Honours Graduate in Humanities, Thomas Hurley. Thomas is now studying for a Master's in Sports Psychology.
Fußball,
Fußball? Prize winners.
nein, Sport.
I now call on the
Sport.
President of the College, Carlow, to introduce our guest speaker.
Hionaspik, Ian Iraka, Alamori, Fulham Gloucester, agus a Winniushla. Nulty, special guests, graduates, college staff, families and friends. I want to add my word of welcome to our graduation, the 226th in the academic year. It is a privilege for me as a graduate of Carlow College St. Patrick's to preside over the graduation ceremony today. On behalf of the governing body and the staff of the college, I offer congratulations to the capable and inspiring class of 2018. I commend college staff and loved ones here and back at home who helped to bring us all to this very happy day. As you graduates were attending lectures, tutorials, meeting essay deadlines, perhaps asking for the occasional extension, and having the occasional social outing, the staff of the college across all levels were deeply engaged upon a programme of revalidation with QQI, our awarding body. That was the best part of the last academic year. I am pleased and delighted to report to you today and to all present that the hard work of all staff, the external panel, of which our guest speaker was a member, recommended that all our programmes be revalidated without conditions for the next 5 years. That recommendation was approved by the QQI. Graduates and all present, I'm sure you will want to show your appreciation to the college for this act, which would be of benefit to future students. It is my honour and privilege to introduce Professor Fred Powell as a guest speaker for this year's graduation ceremony. Professor Powell is a native of Dublin. He holds degrees from Trinity College Dublin, University of Edinburgh College. He has lectured in the United Kingdom, Italy, Portugal, China and France. Doctor on the Extension Programme of the University of California, San Diego, and is University College Cork's representative on the Irish Association's Committee on Community Engagement. Professor Powell is the overarching exploration of civil society and the socially inclusive view of systems from a variety of perspectives, and Professor Fred Powell to deliver his graduation address.
Good afternoon, everybody, on this momentous and wonderful occasion. I feel very honored to be with you in sharing great in your lives. It's a day to celebrate achievement, hard work, and hope in the future. You have all achieved something quite exceptional. You are graduates now. Well done. Congratulations. You're also people who are grounded in a humanistic view of the world that rests on hope. Hope is what gets us through life from one end to the other. College is a very special place. It's a college with an ethos, with a heart, with a purpose, with a moral purpose. Lying there is JKL. His statue is over there. JKL was the greatest social scientist of the 19th century. He, like you, was educated at this college. He went on to be Bishop of Kildare and Loughborough. From his position as bishop, he took on the greatest minds of the British Empire in pointing out that something terrible was going to happen in Ireland. That terrible event was the Great Famine, which as a famine was the worst famine, proportionately speaking, in the history of mankind. Only one person had the brains and the moral fibre to stand up to the then colonial state and speak truth to power. I think JKL's legacy is unique in Irish higher education. His use of the social scientists to take on the greatest minds at Oxford University, who shared with him an understanding of what was happening. Very few people knew what was going on. JKL got it. He worked tirelessly and relentlessly, and in the end, it killed him. But his legacy lives on in you, in what you will do, in what you will achieve, in what you will think. And I've known Carlow College for more than 25 years. My great-uncle is a graduate. It's a place that stands out. And I hope in the 21st century, this second oldest Irish higher education institution will continue to prosper and grow. I would love to see it becoming JKL Free University, representing the kind of moral courage and social analysis that he has left as his intellectual legacy. Speaking of intellectual legacies, we go back to the ancient Greeks. Hesiod was the world's first poet, and he came up with the mythical story of Pandora's box, which is often seen as the story that epitomizes the decline of the human race. People say, don't open Pandora's box. Pandora is sometimes called the first woman. She was given a jar to mind that was sealed with wax, and by the gods, 3,000 years ago, according to the myth. But her inquisitiveness got the better of her, and she opened it up, and out flew all kinds of evil spirits, known as the miseries, which have been tormenting us ever since. When all the evil spirits had flown out of the jar, Hesiod reminds us that Pandora looked inside to see was there anything left, and at the bottom of the jar was one little spirit, and it was called hope. Always always hang on to hope, because it is a metaphor for life. On this day of celebration, hope fills this wonderful moment of your achievement. Hesiod offered other wise advice to the world, observing, "The man who does evil to another does evil to himself, and the evil counsel is the most evil for him who counsels it." So remember, when you give advice, as many of you will as part of your professional calling, that advice should always have a benign moral and social purpose. Hesiod also spoke about rights. He said, "For then it is a bad thing to be righteous, if indeed the unrighteous shall have the greater right." Hesiod's words and ideas resonate with us. They are reflected in the humanities courses that you are learning today. The idea of hope and the virtue of hope has been debated by philosophers and theologians down the ages. The consensus is that hope offers the greatest gift to humankind. There was, after all, something left at the bottom of Pandora's box. Pressing the fast forward button. You live at a time, or we live at a time, of great change. Larry Summers, former president of Harvard University and chair of President Clinton's Economic Advisory Council, notes, "Change takes longer than you expect, but it is much faster than you expect when it happens." That seems to me to describe the times we live in very well. Culture and technology have emerged in our world as the ultimate drivers of change, in the form of artificial intelligence. But what is this change? Are cyborgs about to take over our world in a great AI revolution? Can humanity fight back? How will we choreograph our response? What will the future be like? How will we differentiate between humans and cyborgs? The answer is we don't know. The future is as yet uncreated. It's a vast empty space, full of the unexpected. But we do know certain things from our studies of the humanities, which are as old as civilization itself. We know that a society that lacks an ethical base is condemned to fail. The body politic, like the human body, must be nurtured. It must be nurtured by virtue. So how do we bridge the gap between the past, the present, and the future? Well, we need to recognize that our own human subjectivity, our consciousness, is constantly changing. How Pandora viewed herself as a woman in Hesiod's myth is entirely different to how modern women see themselves. For the modern woman, equality with men has become a tangible right. The presence of so many women in higher education proves that social equality is possible and is working to influence human liberation. That, perhaps, is the greatest hope of humankind. And it's assembled here today in you. We live in a world that's defined by binaries. We make sense by using binaries, like good and bad, men and women, black and white, able-bodied and disabled, young and old, rich and poor. Perhaps at a time of great change, it is important that we begin to think more holistically and inclusively about ourselves and who we are. What is our moral and social purpose as human beings? We think we live in a democracy, and I know there are some very distinguished politicians in our midst today. But democracy is an unfinished project. Democracy is constantly in need of democratization if it is to survive. There will never be a moment when democracy stops. Democracy only succeeds by moving forward. We are aware that it is challenged all over the world, but notably in the United States and Europe. And when you go out and you work and you contribute to the building of a civil society that's based on ethical principles, you to the maintenance of that democracy. Ireland, in my lifetime, has changed in many ways for the better. It's now a multicultural society. Nearly 20% of the population come from outside, were born elsewhere. They have hugely enriched our society. If JKL were alive today, if he came back, he'd be so pleased, because the population of Ireland was decimated by the Great Famine. But now we see the first signs of really significant growth, where we may get back to the levels of population we had in 1845. That's what a multicultural society means. It means a bigger and better and more hopeful society. Perhaps the ultimate binary that troubles me most is the binary between rich and poor. What do we do about poverty in an age of plenty? How do we tackle this binary? How do we make it go away? To me, it is the greatest question and challenge of our age. In contemporary Ireland, and I'm quoting the Central Statistics Office, in contemporary Ireland, half the population would be at risk of poverty if it were not for social transfers, such as pensions, child benefit, disability allowances, housing supplements, unemployment benefit, etc. That literally means that every second person in Ireland is dependent on the state redistributing in ways that holds our society together. If you do an audit of Ireland, of contemporary Ireland, you will find, as I've said, 50% of the population at risk of poverty. Up to 100,000 people are at risk of homelessness. And that is a frightening prospect, and I think a mark on one way or another that indicates that kids in disadvantaged areas, in cold areas in districts, notably in Dublin, right through college, many kids, 66% of children in deaf schools for want to go to college, yet between 15 and 16% are getting there. That is a huge challenge. Finally, there's the great health divide. We've a two-tier health service. We know little about the relationship between health and wealth. We need to look at life expectancy and find out what's really going on. As Ireland moves forward, we can draw on many inspirations. But ultimately, I think the lesson that you need to learn from your studies of the humanities is that society collectively can make a contribution to the well-being of human beings. But you, as an individual, can also make a contribution in small but very meaningful ways. And I want to read you a poem. It's a short poem by Bertolt Brecht called A Bed for the Night. I read it to every beginning class in social science at UCC. And years later, people come up to me, sometimes 10 years later, and say, the most wonderful lesson. It's called A Bed for the Night. It's set in New York in 1931, in the midst of the Great Depression. It begins, I hear that in New York, at the corner of 22nd Street and Broadway, a man stands every evening during the winter months and gets beds for the homeless there by appealing to passers-by. It won't change the world. It won't improve relations amongst men. It will not shorten the age of exploitation. But a few men have a bed for the night. For the night the wind is kept from them. The snow meant for them falls on the roadway. Don't put down the book on reading this now. A few people have a bed for the night. For a night the wind is kept from them. The snow meant for them falls on the roadway. But it won't change the world. It won't improve relations amongst men. It will not shorten the age of exploitation. It's a powerful poem that I think delivers a message with a level of eloquence that is unsurpassed and worthy of the man lying there, J.K.L. He would have felt that passion. He would have felt that commitment. And I hope you do today, because you only have one life, and making the most of it is what matters. So, we need to expect more of ourselves. One of the key lessons to take away today is the possibility and the challenge of expecting more of ourselves. Somebody was awarded the Constance Markievicz Prize, something to be very, very proud of. Constance Markievicz was sentenced to death as the senior woman commander in 1916. Because she was a woman, her death sentence was commuted. She was somebody of such unswerving principle that she went in to protest. People like Constance Markievicz, like J.K.L., stand out for the rest of us. They offer examples of how to live our lives. And when you come to old age, you can look back and see that you've achieved in a very significant way. In your lives, Much will be demanded of you in all kinds of ways. Sometimes you won't know which way to turn. The key thing is you've been given tools to think, and to think in an ethical way. Sometimes people tell you that it's okay to think in an unethical way. It never is, it never works, it's not right, and you should never entertain it. That's what Hesse was telling us 3,000 or almost 3,000 years ago. You've learned the humanities here in this great college, which has great leaders and great students. The ideas, hopes and dreams you formed during your studies, I hope will support you through your lives. The ideas of decency and humanity that JKL championed, his relentless pursuit of truth in the darkest hours will never die, because they will live on through you. Like the bottom of Pandora's box, life is not empty. It is full of hope. Hope is what makes life. I hope all of you have every joy and happiness in your lives ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Powell, for that engaging, challenging, inspiring, splendid conferring address. I invite Vice President Father John McAvoy to invoke the blessing.
Graduates, may you find serenity and tranquility in a world you may not always understand. May you be brave in times of trial and walk through life facing each new situation with courage and optimism. May you discover enough goodness in others to believe in a world of peace. Remember those whose lives you have touched and will touch yours are always part of you. May you see your future as one filled with promise and possibility. May you always have faith, hope and love. And may peace reign in your hearts. May you be aware in everything you do that knowledge comes from learning and wisdom comes from God.
Thank you, Father McAvoy. Before we conclude, I would like to thank, on behalf of the college, all who have made this graduation so successful. Professor Powell, Bishop Lunty, and all our distinguished guests. Carlow County Council for its valuable and much prized awards. The staff of the college at every level, but especially the graduation committee, Avril Lawler, Alison Brennan, and all the administrative staff who are responsible for the organisation of this event. I thank the Students' Union for their support and the staff of the Cathedral here. Finally, I thank our graduates and your guests and welcome you to the college for light refreshments after the class group photographs which will take place here in a few moments. Aina Kamula, Aguini Ushna, Quirm Kriok, Leshan Grinok Shah, chun de bhachtaí a bhronna almólaí an Coláiste. This concludes the meeting for the purpose of conferring the degree awards of QQI and Carlow College Awards on the students of Carlow College, St. Patrick's. Congratulations to all our graduates. Please. The academic procession will now leave the cathedral in the order in which it entered. Lishiza Vejetzer Assorted. Please stand. Gurav Mohammed.